We made it to Friday Eve. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News in Motion. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2023. To our audio and podcast listeners, we just want to say thank you for turning your dials to Hot 97 for News in Motion in the AM. If you are catching the replay, whether it's in the afternoon or in the evening or even at nighttime, we just want to say thank you for tuning in, catching the replay. But to our live viewers, those coming in on YouTube, Facebook, we also have some LinkedIn viewers as well. And our audio podcast listeners, we just want to say thank you for tuning in and, making sure you hit that like button, share this with a couple of friends, and turning on all post notifications. We're going to have fun today, y'all. You know how we do it on Thursday. Um, we are going to have fun. This is like our Friday Eve. So we got Mr. Kenny back with the sports. We got our national days, but this time we're going to have somebody else bringing them instead of Lexi. And we're just gonna have fun today. So if y'all ready for that, drop some comments in the chat. And y'all know how we do. Let's go get this news in motion. What's up?
What's up, everyone? Good morning. Today is Thursday, you all. May the 4th. No, Mike Nicholson. This is not a replay. I see you, Deborah Johnson. I see you, Mike Nicholson. I see you, Stephanie Burbridge Hall. I see my brother in here, Louis Pryor III. What's up, Deborah Sneed? I see you, Latrice Jones. What's up? Hanging out with my son, I saw. That was a great picture, by the way. Tracy Burrs, good morning. Good morning, Shirley Nicholson. Y'all said still on Facebook, progressive. Y'all better switch on over to YouTube. That's youtube.com/Gail Dudley. I see you, Adrian, on YouTube. Fred Jones, I hope you had a great birthday. He said, good morning and thank you all for the birthday wishes. So I think I grabbed as many people as I possibly could. Let me just go back and see if I missed anybody. Normally I can figure it out, but I think I grabbed everybody so far. As Isaiah said, today is our Friday, our Friday Eve, and we're just excited about it. Fred said it was a great day. That's good. Judy Neal, welcome back. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Latrice Jones said, love me some Mr. Alex. Everybody loves my children, but I'm glad, which means y'all have the right to speak life to them, to, correct them if need be, even though they're grown and all that good stuff. So, all right, y'all, we have some news this morning. We have a lot of news this morning. Today is also the National Day of Prayer. So we're going to weave in prayer throughout all of our news headlines. As I've been sharing with you all week, and I'm going to share it one more time on today. I see you, Kim Edmondson, coming in here. For those of you who are new to our digital platform, and for those of you who are returning viewers, I see you, Hester and Pastor Alex as well. We're just going to do this one more time to make it a complete week. We have updated our mission statement. I'm learning it. I'm still reading it a little bit. I knew the last one like the back of my hand. So here it is. News in Motion is a media outlet that provides citizens with the opportunity to become more engaged in civic life through headline news, voter education, voter participation, and a call to action, all with an inspirational message. It is a grassroots movement designed to empower and motivate through informative and engaging content. It really does speak to who we are. What's up, Davia? For those of you who are still on the Facebook page, you may be wondering, as Latrice asked the other day, where's all the people at? Well, they're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. They're having their own party over there. Remember, I said we was moving all of y'all to YouTube. We're going to give y'all grace until the end of May. And then one day you're going to pop on here. We're going to give you probably about 2 minutes on Facebook. And then we're going to click you out, which means you're going to have to come over there anyway. So we'll let you slow walk yourselves over there. You can go to youtube.com/Gail Dudley, subscribe, and then have that chat over there because they're having a party over there. So make sure you check it out. One last time for this week, and I'm going to share this probably monthly or whenever I'm led to. Volunteers are needed. We are we have joined other organizations for voter registration, and we need volunteers. The News in Motion's goal per month is to register 5,000 new voters each month, all the way through September 2024. So if you want to volunteer to do that, let's do that. Davia says she's doing the slow walk. Let me tell you, girl, come on over there. Come on over there. So y'all, that's what we're doing. That's how we're doing it. I gave a little bit yesterday of how we're going to break it up. Like our goal, as I was just looking at everything, we're going to target 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to get 18, 19, and 20 years old registered. So like the 30 to 40 group will get volunteers in that 30 to 40 group to make sure they're either registered or checking their voter registration. The same thing with 60 and over. So we're going to do it a little bit differently than other organizations, but it's interesting because some organizations in a meeting we had earlier this week, they said, Gail, how you doing this? That kind of like makes some sense. And I said, one day y'all gonna all hire me because I really do know what I'm talking about over here. So hey, whatever. Latrice said Davia's not alone. No, she's not. All right, y'all. Again, today is National Day of Prayer. Every news headlines that we're going to share today will come with some sort of prayer call to action. So let's get this baby started. I told y'all earlier this week that Representative Colin Allred will announce his run against Ted Cruz. Well, he announced that on yesterday. And man, my email was filled with sending him money. I mean, I was like, every 2 to 3 emails was like, he needs your money. And let me explain this to you all. That's why you have a different email for all those political ads to go there. But the way he's going to beat Ted Cruz is to outraise him. So whether that's $1, $2, whatever it is, if that's someone you want to get behind to support, do so. So he says in a quote, the political extremism that we are becoming increasingly known for is a risk to our business community and our path forward. He goes on to say it's making some folks say they don't want to send their kids to school in our state, talking about the state of Texas. He said we can go in a different direction. And he goes on to say, if you vote for me, y'all, his record is amazing. Check him out. Again, that's in that Dallas, Texas district. He is running against Ted Cruz. And Ted is already afraid because he's already come out with attack ads. I said, that's a sign that you are a little intimidated by this man. Y'all, yesterday, Fox Atlanta is reporting, and I was kind of like watching some news, and then I was getting my alerts. My alerts were coming on. The moment I hear Atlanta, I was like, what's happening here? One person was killed and 4 others injured after a man opened fire inside a hospital in downtown Atlanta yesterday. The suspect, identified as 24-year-old Dion Patterson, fled the scene, sparking an intense search. When they were showing different breaking news, I was like, whoa, it looks like a war zone there in Atlanta. He was captured yesterday evening after evading authorities for hours. The motive has not been publicly revealed, although his mom did come out and say that there was a particular type of medication he was looking for, and the veterans hospital was not helping him. So we have all of this that's going on, y'all. We need to pay attention, watch your surroundings, and let's pray for people. So being National Day of Prayer, let me first go back and say, let's pray for Representative Colin Allred, and let's also pray for just people who are dealing with mental health issues and things that are going on with them. No, violence and gun violence is not the answer, but we need to pray that people get the necessary medical help that they need. In addition to that, let's pray for the media that they're not quick to spin a story that's not true. Let's also pray for gun violence and having the mindset within the House of Representatives and the Senate chambers to implement some true gun reform and gun laws that's going to decrease seeing all these guns out here in the open. With that, I'm going to just switch just a little bit. I know Kenny, he has children, he has to get to school as well. So we're going to bring back for the first time since our break, Game Over with Kenny Stanley. So let's go. Hey,
what's happening?
How you doing, Kenny?
I'm good. News and Motion people, what's up?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
What's up? Well, Kenny, go ahead and give your sports because I'm coming back with some Power Pack news. So I hope everyone sticks with us. And also, y'all don't forget Saturdays at 6:30. Kenny is on live with his own special reporting, supporting his podcast and all that he's doing. So we want to continuously support him in the work and the effort that he's doing as well. So Kenny, good morning. Welcome back. Hope you had a great break and all that.
I did. I did. How y'all doing this morning?
Go ahead and take it over.
All right. My News and Motion family, good morning. How y'all doing today? Hey, I told y'all back in March that we was going to get overran with basketball. Basketball fans, y'all was going to get an overdose of basketball. And I told y'all that. And guess what? We done went from March Madness to the NBA is fantastic. And these guys are balling out. I love playoff basketball. I don't watch the NBA any other time until the playoffs come. And these guys are balling out. They're balling out. There was one game on tap last night, and the Boston Celtics took my Philadelphia 76ers behind the woodshed and gave them a spanking. They beat them by 34 points last night to even the series, tied at one game apiece. But they beat my Philadelphia 76ers last night, 121 to 87. I mean, I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? I turned the game off and went to bed. That's how bad it was. The Celtics was led by Jaylen Brown as he dropped 25 points. And then Malcolm Brogdon came off the bench and added 23. But by the end of the third quarter, all the starters were on the bench. This game was over with. Joel Embiid made his way back from injury, but it wasn't enough. So we got to see what's going to happen when they tip back off on Friday night. We'll have to see. We have to see. Hopefully my Philadelphia 76ers can turn it back around. There's one game on tap tonight, and that's the Lakers and the Warriors as they go at it in game 2. I got the Lakers in 6, but I know some people going to come at me saying, nah, Golden State going to get it. But I can't count Golden State out because they playing like champions. Golden State are doing their thing. And so is the Lakers. They're doing their thing. It's going to be a good series. But like I said, I'm picking the Lakers in 6. But right now, the Lakers are up 1-0 as they won Tuesday night, beating Golden State 117 to 112. In some sad news, and I'm going to talk more about it on Saturday, but in some sad news, U.S. Olympic sprinter Tori Boyd has died at the age of 32. She's a former 100-meter world champ and a 3-time Olympic medalist. She took home the 100-meter silver in the 2016 Rio Games, as well as the bronze in the 200, and she ran the anchor leg on the gold medal team during that Olympic Games. And a year later, she became the world champion in the 100 meters. The police were called to do a wellness check on Tuesday because no one had heard from her in several days, and they found her in her house dead. They said there was no signs of foul play, but let's just keep her family in prayer. It is National Week of Prayer, so let's keep her family in prayer, and we're going to go on from there. So tune in Saturday. I got some stuff to talk about Saturday. They made Dylan Brooks the fall guy in Memphis. He's not the fall guy, even though he did run his mouth. But they made him the fall guy. We're going to talk about it. You got to quit making people fall guys or scapegoats when your team don't do what they're supposed to do. But we're going to talk about it Saturday. So come back Saturday at 6:30. Check me out. Now we're going to get back to Gail with some more news. Thank y'all very much for supporting me. I'll see y'all Saturday.
Thank you so much, Kenny. Yeah, I was reading about that Tory Bowie. Is it Bowie or Bowie? Bowie. I was reading about that and I said, wow, this is sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Age 36, 35,
32.
36?
32.
Wow.
32.
So yeah, we have to keep that family lifted as well. So thank you for mentioning that for National Day of Prayer. Mike Nicholson says, under no circumstance will that man be back. Okay.
Oh, they talking about Dylan Brooks. Yeah, they said there's under no circumstances. They made him the scapegoat.
Wow.
Yeah, they made him the scapegoat.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. And we will tune in on Saturday at 6:30.
I see you Saturday. I can't wait.
All right, have a great day.
All right. Y'all have a good one now.
All right. Yeah, CNBC is reporting that the Federal Reserve yesterday approved a 0.25 percentage point interest rate hike, bringing the benchmark federal funds rate to range between 5% and 5.25%. Now, bank rate reports, one day y'all going to listen to me. One day y'all are going to listen to me. Bank rate reports that the 10th rate hike, say that real fast, comes amid pressure from the U.S. banking industry following a historic collapse of 3 mid-sized banks since March. Now, I think I kind of fit in there a little bit. Analysts says the Feds are tightening over the last year may exacerbate banking issues, including their customers, after fueling losses at institutions heavily invested in bonds sensitive to interest rates, and the price points are falling back on the people. Hello, haven't I been saying that? We gotta deal with this, y'all. We have to deal with this. This is a part of our voting and a part of the conversation. Well, we got to talk about AI as well. The Biden administration now all of a sudden wants to reduce the risk of artificial intelligence, including through money for research and guidelines for agencies. Now, the dude that resigned from Google, who's like really the brain behind AI, and now he's wanting to warn everybody. I wonder if people think about, we can have some great ideas, but I wonder if we really think through what it is we're about to do. Now he's warning people with the very thing he helped put in place. So that's happening. So much so, y'all, that IBM was in the process of hiring 7,800 employees, new employees. But now all of a sudden they're like, we're going to put the brakes on that because we believe that AI can fill all of these 7,800 positions. That's what's happening. That's what's happening, y'all. And we have to pay attention to it. Also, IBM will suspend or slow hiring in other back office areas as well. Over the next 5 years, IBM said they're thinking about 30% of the roughly 26,000 total HR positions will all be AI. They're letting you know they're getting ready to get rid of you. So go ahead and start finding you a new job. Y'all, Reuters is reporting. Let me back up. Let me pray about that. We need to pray about people in these positions who may be losing their jobs because of artificial intelligence. I don't know about you, and we talked about it earlier this week. I'm a child of the Most High God. I am uniquely made. AI can't fill my shoes. You can try, but you can't fill my shoes. And we need to continue. That's why I'm even encouraging people. And I love what the Writers Guild of America is doing. They're like, no, you can't just do this. So write your own scripts, write your own books. Y'all, yes, you want to have different spell checks and things like that, but you have to be your original self. I believe my inspirational message a couple of days ago was be original, be true to who you are. And also don't be intimidated by AI. I told y'all in a report earlier this week, they're putting out a lot of false digital news information in healthcare, financial, and politics because there's not that brain person to go and do all the research. You can only do, I believe, so much with AI. So be careful, be careful. Y'all, Reuters is reporting in Texas that the suspect accused of shooting 5 neighbors to death, including a 9-year-old boy, made his first appearance in court yesterday. The suspect, a Mexican national who officials said had been deported 4 times since 2009, was arrested on Tuesday evening. Several additional arrests were also made, including his live-in partner. So let's go back to pray. We got to really slow this gun violence that's out here. We have to slow that. AP News reports that two 10-year-olds were among 300 children who worked at McDonald's restaurants illegally. A Labor Department investigation of franchises in Kentucky discovered. Let's stop right there for a moment. Isn't that Mitch McConnell's area? What are we doing here, Mitch? Why, why at the federal level and even down the local level, why do we have 300 children working at McDonald's without pay, working up to 2 a.m. in the morning? Yeah. That's what's happening right there in Kentucky. So we need to pray that people will stop, and I'm going to use this word, and it's going to be a heavy word, prostituting our children and have child labor, even in America. America, we're starting to really see who we really are, and it's time for us to really change some of this. A lot of things are coming to light, and although it's very painful, my prayers are that they will continue to come to light, so that we can make the necessary changes and vote the wrong people out of office and vote the right people in office to right the wrong. We have to right this wrong. All right, y'all. AP News also reports that a man who had been shouting at people on a New York City subway train died. Actually, I'm going to say he was murdered after fellow riders tackled him, and one put a chokehold on him that lasted until his body went limp. Jordan Neely, age 30, died from compression of the neck, the city's medical examiners determined on Wednesday. To me, that's no different than what happened with George Floyd. Okay, I've ridden the subway trains there often. There's always somebody. Normally there's 3-4 people, and we have to be able to understand these people and what's really happening. Yes, Laura, you're right. That's human trafficking when we're talking about the child labor. You're absolutely correct. Neely is recognized to so many people in New York as the Michael Jackson impersonator who regularly danced in Times Square transit hub. So that's what happens. So we even need to pray that people will have patience. Everyone's not out to get you. And I know we have created this atmosphere where you really don't know, but everyone is not out to get you. So pray. And it's understood that some people just got agitated with him and they just took him down. Why? I now want to turn to TJ Maxx. Now, Mike Nicholson says, folks trying to go back in time, child labor. Y'all, okay. Segregation, slavery, then trying to bring it all back. Thank you, Mike, for that. And thank you, Lori, for your point as well. We appreciate that in the conversation. All right, y'all, I need to go to TJ Maxx. It took me a few days to put this out here. Now I'm going to put it out here. A customer was captured on video taking matters into his own hands and knocking an alleged thief to the ground as she tried to walk out with bags of merchandise from TJ Maxx store in California. Okay, Myra Loma in California. Bystanders footage showed the man confront the suspected shoplifter and reach for her bags, which set off this fight between the two near the entrance. Now, people are naming him a good Samaritan, but my question to all of you, if you have seen it, is he? Is he really? Well, I've been paying attention. I've been reading different accounts, seeing what's happening. Now, many reports say that representatives from TJ Maxx denied it was shoplifting. So, cameras are a beautiful thing. Playback is a beautiful thing. Well, because I have these in my home. If you look at the video, the woman's bag has TJ Maxx down the side. Okay, it has TJ Maxx down the side. So Is that what she put her products in? Did they give her the shopping bag? Did he assume she was stealing? Now, I have these. I get these because, now you got to use them for grocery stores and everything else. So this is a Marshall's. But hers said TJ Maxx down the side. YouTube is a powerful thing. Go check it out. Slow down the video, enlarge it. You would see she also had her purse and she had 2 of these bags that said TJ Maxx. So was she the thief, or was this man just finding a reason to beat a black woman up? I need to really understand that. Now, again, several reports are saying TJ Maxx said she was not shoplifting. Now, they were saying, it's amazing how they communicate what's going on. They said, well, she had a hoodie on. Well, I had a hoodie on yesterday. Now, it did say support Black colleges, but I had a hoodie on because I'm not going to disrespect spring and bring out my winter coat. And I just really think spring, though, is disrespecting me because the weather's not changing. So I just thought I'll just wear a hoodie, so I'm not real crazy with my winter coat, but I'm still warm. So we can't wear hoodies anymore. I want us to talk about this because there needs to be some sort of regulations when it comes to retail and people taking things into their own hands. Or I want to go back to Zara for a moment. Yeah, there are receipts. I want to go back to Zara for a moment. This is the bag that they tried to put like 5 items in that wasn't going to fit. And I asked for a second bag. Y'all know I talked about this on Monday. And so this bag is 10 cents, okay? Follow the dots where I'm going, y'all. This bag costs 10 cents if I'm going to shop at Zara and I want to put the clothes in there. So I asked the person even on a couple weekends ago, well, what happens if I don't have a bag? They said, oh, you just carry it out. So we now are setting up people, which I've seen this. I've seen people leaving stores with their hands full of clothes because they're choosing not to pay for a bag. So now are the stores setting us up, especially Black and brown people, are they setting us up to look as if we are shoplifting, which will set somebody off to just start punching on us? Y'all, we need to talk about this. Because this is what's happening. And you think that this has nothing to do with voting? It does. Because if we do not start raising our voices in these town hall meetings and say, you're setting us up to be brutalized, beaten, possibly even killed. We now have open carry, guns, wherever. So if we're fighting and we're fighting back, can somebody standing on the sidewalk or in a store say, oh, I feel threatened, so they pull out their gun and they just shoot us? What are we setting ourselves up for here, y'all? I want us to really talk about this because if you zoom in, I don't know I don't know. Now, and Kim Edmondson, they say there are receipts. So I don't know what's really happening here. And her bag said TJ Maxx on it. So they're trying to do what Costco and Sam's and all these, that's the grocery stores. And there's somebody at the end of by the door checking your receipt to make sure that you bought and your receipt match. So if you're not giving us bags and we're walking out the doors with tons of clothes, shoes, whatever, purses or whatever in our hands, are we opening up ourselves to be brutalized? Let's talk about this. And what are our elected officials doing to regulate these retail stores? It's almost as if these retail stores are writing their own policies, their own narratives, and so forth. Well, that's not enough because people's lives are in danger. So let me see what some of you are saying. Dr. Antoinette says, and people now have to be their own cashiers. I talked about this as well. And somebody asked me to go back, and I didn't do this on Tuesday, so I'll do it now. Thank you, Dr. Antoinette, for putting this up here. I made this statement. I am in the process of writing an article for it. I'm just not ready to release it yet. That stores are secretly hiring the customers, but we're just not getting paid. We're actually paying them for hiring us. So not only do we shop, we are now checking out ourselves. We are now bagging our own bags. We're paying for it. There's no onboard training. There's nothing. We're doing it all. We're doing it all. We're at a place now where you can now go online, and if you have the app, you can put everything in there and just go through the grocery store and just get your items and just keep going out the door. And I'm just like, man, y'all really got us working. You have us working. You have us loading the carts. You have us, let's even go back to many years ago. You have us now pumping our own gas. You have us doing that. You have us checking ourselves out. You have us bringing our own bags. Now that's why I have these bags. I had to pay for those bags at Marshall's, and they're 99 cents. We're paying for our own bags with your name on it. So we're now also giving you free publicity because we're promoting your store, because your store name is all in the bag that we bought. We purchased to put your items in the bag and other items in the bag. So everything that we're doing, we're paying you way more than we should be paying you. And we're also paying some of your benefits, some of your employees, and everything else. Y'all, these are the kind of conversations we need to be having at town hall meetings. Seriously, y'all think I'm crazy. We really are doing the work for them. Look at it for yourself. We're doing it. We're doing it. I was in my car the other day, and got into something I wasn't supposed to do but did, and I'm trying to get service for my car. So everything that they ended up having to connect me with, I ended up doing it. So I was my own service person for my car. And I'm like, how did that happen? They were like, okay, you need to do this, you need to key in this, you need to do this. I said, well, can I just come up there and you all do it? No, it's just easier if you just do it right there. We see it, get into the car. We already have this on there. The drone is there. And I'm just like, this is what we're doing now. Okay. And I thought back to that and said, I fixed my own car. They may have walked me through it, but I fixed it. But guess who still got the bill? I got the bill. Well, I did it, but you sent me the bill that I had to pay for. Seriously? This is what we're doing. So that's what I mean by we are secretly being hired as consumers to pay for things that someone else is supposed to be doing. Marion says Sam's Club scan and go. Yep. And the prices are going up. Yes, Lori. Donita said, I said this before, long business get away with free labor. Yes. There's so much. Dr. Antoinette not giving us bags, and we are our own cashiers. I wait for a cashier and wave my receipt like a flag in the wind. Yeah. Yvonne says, that's crazy. Yeah. Shirley says, that's what I say about new texting laws as well. Just another tool to profile, all set up. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and we have to pay attention. We have to pay attention. Y'all, real quick, in a NBC News report, Jenny Craig, I'm sorry, I haven't prayed for a couple of things. Let me go back. Sorry about that. Thank you for sending me that over, Kia. We prayed for the children. We prayed for the people in the subway. Oh, we didn't pray for TJ Maxx. Not just TJ Maxx, but retail stores as a whole. We just need to pray for people, pray for consumers, pray for customers, pray for awareness, pray for people to use wisdom and discernment and have understanding, and not be quick to jump in and just want to beat up somebody because you assume, based upon what we see, that somebody's robbing a store. All of this is getting really tricky. All of it's getting really tricky. So NBC News is reporting that Jenny Craig will shut down after 4 decades in the weight loss business. I want y'all to hear this. Jenny Craig will close its doors as of Friday. In an email sent to employees on late Tuesday, the company said it will close due to inability to secure additional financing. Now, that struck a nerve with me, not in a bad way when it comes to Jenny Craig, but it struck a nerve with me when I'm thinking about all the billions and billions and trillions of dollars that are being spent. When you go back to a company with long standing, they're unable to secure additional financing. Why? Are we reallocating funds? And if so, where are they going? Who's actually getting the funds that are needed to do the business that they're doing at longstanding? Where's the money really going? Is this a part of the banking industry that's collapsing all around us and how acquisitions are taking place? Y'all, believe it or not, all of this ties back to our voting voice. Yes, you're going to get sick of me. What's the girl on Instagram who says, y'all about to be sick of me? Prepare to be sick of me. Because I'm now connecting all these dots, and I must share with you all, I'm concerned. This isn't conspiracy. This isn't propaganda. This is how I connect the dots. I ask the tough questions. I'm reaching out to people who are reporters and journalists on the ground saying what's really going on here and how can we help make a difference? What type of information do you want me to put out there? What is this looking like? What do we need to be aware of? How do we need to negotiate with our banking, with our financial institutions? What's actually happening out here? When we're looking at the number of people who are not coming back for reelection in 2024, who's doing great work. I want y'all to notice the people who are retiring or who are saying they are not seeking reelection are those who are saying they are just exhausted with all the games that are being played. There's a lot of games. So the question is, are we going to have more George Santos coming in there? Are we going to have more of the former guy showing up? Are we going to have more of MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene coming in there? Are we going to have more of Josh Hawley's? What's really happening? And how do we make sure that the citizens of the United States are protected? No, I am not running for office. That's not my within my wheelhouse. But I'm here to give you these alerts and these red flags that we can pay attention. Y'all, mental health. This is Mental Health Month, National Mental Health Month. Although I think Mental Health Month should be every month. We need to stop isolating to one month. But at least in this month, we can highlight. Y'all, if you have suicidal thoughts or anything like that, dial the new national number, which is 988. Seek help. But even with that, what are we doing to make sure that we are taking care of making sure they are medicated, whatever they need, that they have counseling, whatever that they need, and the confidentiality to seek help? What are we doing when it comes to that? How are we making sure you're just not lining your pockets, sitting there in the chamber, making up these false narratives and putting these spins out there? And the people, the everyday people who have voted you into these offices, we're the ones that are suffering. What type of regulations are taking place for small businesses, for businesses who have been out here for decades doing all the work that they're doing? What are you doing to make sure they have the funding to continue to do their work? What are you doing about the entrepreneur that's out here seeking funds? What are you doing about those who were seeking PPP funds and they're still struggling? They never received the money because you're thinking that we're all playing games. We're not all playing games. What about funders and donors? What about those individual people? What are we doing to make sure we are securing these companies like a Jenny Craig? The hourly employees, they were told on Tuesday, their last day was on Tuesday. The other staff, their last day will be on Friday. I want to give a shout out to Jimmy Fallon, who not only talked the production company to pay his writing staff for 2 weeks, he also came out of pocket to pay them a third week. Y'all, that's solidarity, that's unity. So shout out to him for what he's doing. Y'all, this is Small Business Week. What small businesses have you shopped at this week? What nonprofits? I don't know if Cherie Brooke is on here or not, out of Baltimore. How many of us have been sending funds to a nonprofit organization? How many of us have been saying, you don't have a product, but I just want to sow into your life because I believe in the work that you are doing? Y'all, there's so much work to be done. Before I go to the inspirational message, I had an amazing conversation with a young woman who is a cheerleading coach and has been a cheerleading coach in Columbus, Ohio at East High School for 8 years. We had a conversation because I saw her at a wedding a couple of weeks ago, and I said to her, hey, let me know how I can help. And so we were in a conversation. We were talking about mentors for the cheerleaders at East High School. And we got on to talking about the band uniforms, the cheerleading uniforms. And I said, I went to a game for the first time in years last fall when East High School football team was just doing some amazing. I said, it's sad it took me for them to start winning for me to show up. I said, but I saw some things. I saw that they weren't all in the same uniform. I saw that their tennis shoes were not matching, all things that we had to do. And our parents were always at the game. So we got into this conversation and I realized they need help. So I'm going to ask right here, call to action is not only are we going to pray for small businesses and pray for nonprofits and pray for our school systems and pray for entrepreneurs and pray for people in general. I also want to ask, because I believe in an ask with a call to action, that if you are so led, this is basically a majority African-American inner city high school. And it's sad because you have the Ohio State University wanting to have AP classes over there, but they're not really sending much money over there. To my understanding, I could be wrong. I'm still digging into that. But the band and the uniforms and so forth, they're not looking good. So my ask today is, if you're wanting to give, if you don't mind not getting a cash receipt, you can send it to my Cash App, which is MIM Today, Cash App MIM Today. All the money that we raise from this, put in the comment section for East High School cheerleaders. It will go to the coach for them to get whatever they need. They want to go to band camp. And I remember, not band camp, cheerleading camp. And I remember going to cheerleading camp where we actually went to the college campus and we stayed in the dorms. And she said they have not been able to do that because the parents cannot pay for it. These are the children that are going to the school. And she said the parents cannot pay for it. And that's $300 and I believe $89 a student. And I said, they're missing opportunities, and we're wondering why these children are staying in trouble because they have not been exposed to certain things. And there's a lot of celebrities that come out of East High School in Columbus, Ohio. And I don't know why they're not coming back and paying homage to what it is that's happening here today. So I said, I got a platform. I can ask myself. So if you want to help these young ladies go to band camp, get their uniforms, have uniform tennis shoes, hair bows, whatever, you can send a Cash App to me. Now, if you want to send a check, send that check to Making a Difference LLC. I believe we have the address in a banner. We'll pop that up and then put in the memo section, News in Motion. Put in the memo section, News in Motion. I want to help these young girls go to band camp. I want to help them with their uniforms. I want to help them with their, it's cold outside, y'all, and when it's football time, with earmuffs for their ears, for a gym bag. When they go to suburban areas for game nights, whether it's football or basketball, we want them to go looking good. We want them to go supporting. Now, what we're going to do, I launched this today here asking for this. If you have a cause or need in your area and you want us to share it right here on News in Motion, email us at newsinmotion with Gail@gmail.com and we will share your cause as well. But I needed to say that. And I want to pray for these inner city schools. Latrice Jones has asked us earlier this week. I'll ask this again. If you live in the Columbus City School District, they're going to be having town hall meetings for their next superintendent. Please get involved. Please get involved. If you graduated from a high school in whatever area that you live, get involved. See if you can become a mentor or a volunteer or whatever. Get involved. Making a Difference LLC is at 346 and a half North 20th Street, Columbus, Ohio, 43203. Isaiah put that information in there. Inspirational message. Y'all, today is a National Day of Prayer. And I just want to say the prayers of the righteous availeth much. All right, y'all, until Monday, I am Gail Dudley. It's so good to be back from our break. This week, we have had a lot of news. We've given a lot of content, definitions, how-tos, and so forth. And all of it is connecting back to voting. Today, everything we wanted to connect back to was to prayer. Y'all, throughout the day, pray. Again, pray. The prayers of the righteous availeth much. Pray for those who are homeless. Pray for those who are hungry. When we talk about food insecurity, we'll talk about that some more next week. Pray for those who are seeking jobs. Pray for those who are being displaced due to AI. Pray for those who are going through marital difficulties. Pray for those who are dealing with mental illness. Pray for those who are dealing with financial lack. Pray for those who have a lack of understanding and knowledge. Pray for those who have just so much going on, a lot of chaos that they just want things to be calm. Pray for those who are elderly. Pray for those who are going through challenging times. Pray for those who are teachers, administrators in inner city schools, and even in private school districts. Pray for those who are working in our hospitals, y'all. Pray for our politicians. Pray for those who are everyday citizens. Pray for those who are trying to make right wrong. Pray for people everywhere. This is a day, a national day of prayer. Let's pray. Let's pray for all things, all people at all times. Y'all, until Monday, I have been just I don't know. I have enjoyed this week. The break was so needed, and I have been in just excitement all week, bringing you this news, seeing how God is allowing me to connect these dots. I do not take for granted the gift that He has given me to do the research and to bring you everything that we bring you Monday through Thursday. I also want to pray for our team, Isaiah. Isaiah is doing great work. Great work. Y'all continuously pray for that young man and the work that he's doing. He's now being called into different places. He's going to be doing some stage work for a production this Saturday. So pray for him. He's finishing his finals. Pray for him for that. Pray for all the students who are graduating, whether that's high school or college or graduate studies, whatever that is. Pray for them as well. Pray for Christina. Pray for Kenny. Pray for Deborah. Pray for our advisory team. Pray for me. I'm not ashamed to say pray for me. Y'all, until Monday, y'all know what I say. Stay well and remember, make some bold moves. We're out.